a biblical story of faithfulness and redemption. Ruth, a woman of remarkable faithfulness and loyalty. The first thing you will realize about the book of Ruth is that despite the fact that she was a Moabite, she won the title. Naomi, being the Israelite, should really have had that title of the book. This tells me that with the God of Israel, it doesn't matter where you come from, but rather what you do after you have had an encounter with His Word. Let's explore her journey from tragedy to triumph, revealing how her unwavering dedication and love led to her to become an ancestor of King David and, ultimately, part of the lineage of Jesus Christ. A little about her in-law's history. Elimelech was her father-in-law, while Naomi was her mother-in-law. They both had 2 sons, Mahlon and Chilion. A famine was the reason this family left Bethlehem, probably in search of provision. They were well off because Naomi admits this later in the story when she said, "Don't call me Naomi, but Mara, for I left full and now I return empty." The name Elimelech means God is my king. This name, I believe, served as a reminder that God should be king, because the events of this story take place in the era of the Judges, when people did not worship God and everyone did what was right in their own eyes. The Bible does not say the Lord asked him to leave Bethlehem, like God would tell Abraham or Jacob to move. God did not tell Elimelech to leave the land. He took his lovely wife and 2 sons to the very land of Moab, which was one of the regions God had forbidden them to marry, because in doing so, they would introduce the worship of other gods. The Bible says Elimelech died and left Naomi widowed. The sons took wives from Moab, and for 10 years there was no grandchild born to Naomi. As if that was not painful enough, the 2 sons died, leaving 3 widows. You can tell the favor or blessing of God was not with them. However, this changes when Naomi decides to return to Bethlehem, and her daughters-in-law, who loved her, cry when she urges them to go back to their people and gods, and perhaps get married again. This is where we meet Ruth, a remarkable woman whose life was a testament to loyalty, love, and the belief in a greater plan. As Naomi decides to return to Bethlehem, her daughters-in-law face a choice: stay in Moab or embark on an uncertain journey with her. Orpah and Ruth are at a crossroad, but Orpah bids a tearful farewell. Ruth, with a heart full of loyalty, chooses a path of love and devotion. She utters the unforgettable words to Naomi, "Where you go, I will go. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God." This, I believe, was her greatest turning point. Here's how and why. She was already widowed and spent 10 years childless. She probably knew her life would be about just taking care of Naomi, and probably nothing more. Naomi was already very bitter and full of grief. She had lost her husband and both her sons. She also knew she had no hope of a grandchild. There was nothing attractive about going after Naomi. However, she had heard a little about the God of Israel, and she said, "Your God shall be my God," and also adds that where you die and be buried would be the same for her. And they both returned to Bethlehem. Ruth's resilience shines upon their return. I believe the favor of God was already surrounding her. To support Naomi and herself, she gleans barley in the fields of Boaz, a relative of Naomi's husband. Recognizing Ruth's dedication, Boaz offers protection and favor, setting in motion a divine plan that is to reveal that God was indeed ordering her steps. Naomi got revived and began to see a future in her daughter-in-law who didn't abandon her. She takes up the responsibility of guiding Ruth on how to get her in the path of marriage to Boaz. Ruth seeks Boaz at the threshing floor, proposing marriage in a bold plea for kinsman redeemer. Moved by her loyalty, Boaz agrees, acknowledging the legal complications but promising to resolve them. Boaz convenes with the village elders at the city gate, securing his right to marry Ruth. Their union is celebrated, and together they welcome a son named Obed, who becomes the grandfather of King David, entwining Ruth forever in the lineage leading to Jesus Christ. What a beautiful story that shows how God can change your life when you choose Him. Ruth, a Moabite, enters into the history of Israel and the genealogy of Jesus, embodying the virtues of faithfulness and unconditional love. Her story, nestled within the days of Judges, remains a beacon of hope, redemption, and the belief in the power of kindness and resilience. I don't know where you are in your life journey, but I can assure you that no matter how lost and hopeless you feel about your current situation or future, God is more than ready to rewrite your story. Don't ask how. Ruth didn't know that God was keeping Boaz for her. Imagine what Orpah missed. God has a wonderful plan for you according to Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. Give your life to Him today. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Thank you for joining us on this remarkable journey through the book of Ruth. May you find God's favor as you accept His invitation through this video. Make this your turning point. Read John 3:16. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Until next time, keep faith in your heart